Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So this is what we have for today. Genoptech, 6 weeks MS Word and MS Excel program. So this is the course outline. Day one, introduction to word processing. What is MS Word? Launching application, the word interface, reborn, and all of that. So this is what we'll be navigating or talking about today. But I don't know. I believe we are children here. We don't have a good knowledge of computer, right? So before we start all this, I would like to introduce us to navigating the word, navigating the our PC, right? Especially the keyboard. If you are using a laptop, it's different from using a desktop. If you check here, you see the keyboard we have here. This is an enhanced keyboard. This is a laptop keyboard. You can see it, right? This is a laptop keyboard. This is an enhanced keyboard. So this keyboard, if you don't have a mouse, external mouse, meaning to operate with this one, you need to make use of what the arrow keys here. While this one, you need to make use of what this is laptop keyboard. You make use of this mouse. This is the mouse part, but this one has no mouse part here. For you to use it means you need to attach what external mouse so you can navigate with it. So whenever I say right click, it means you are clicking on this very button here. Can you see my screen? Let me zoom in. You can see the keyboard very well, right? Okay, so this is right click. This right button. This is the right button, right? So anytime you hear me say right click, I mean you should click on this. When I say click, I mean you should click on this one, or you just tap here, this mouse. This mouse is both the navigator and also the click button for normal click, which is like click, right? So when you tap here or double tap, it can open, and when you tap here, it does the same thing. There are other keyboard that also have the same two, these two keys here, up here too, right? You have them here and you also have them up here. So that is that on that. But like I said, I believe we don't know anything. So let me teach you like people who don't know anything for now. Before we start doing anything, we need to understand what we have here. By definition of computer, we say computer is an electronic device or machine that accepts and process data using a set of instructions called programs to produce what result in form of what output. So the output the computer produce is the result we need, right? So let's look at it as whatever we are doing in the computer here, we are trying to solve what a problem. So any problem we solve, right, is being processed in the computer. We are not the one solving the problem. The computer solves the problem for us. We can solve the problem by ourselves, some problems, but we computer to make it faster for us, right? So whenever we solve a problem, we need to keep that problem we have solved the solution somewhere. We want to create like this slide I've created here. If you check here, it's showing here what presentation one. This slide have not been saved. And this is a problem I'm trying to solve, right? What's the problem? It's like me giving you the outline for today. I'm giving you the course outline for today or the program distribution, but this is not saved. Or even if I save it anywhere I save it. Tomorrow, if I want to get it back, how will I get it? So we need to understand that the problem we solve need to be saved where somewhere. So that will take me to what is called a folder. What is a folder? A folder is like a container or a storage bucket where files, softwares, applications, and other folders are stored. Let me take it again. A folder is like a container or a storage bucket where files, applications, and folders are what kept. So see a folder as what a container. I believe we are all familiar with onion, right? Inside onion, when you open onion, you see another onion inside. Is that true? When you open onion, so please let's make the class interactive. I'll respond. So I know that you are still here, right? So when you open a folder, you see another folder, you can see another folder inside, or you may not see another folder inside, depending on what you have created inside or what you have put inside the folder. Like I said, the folder is like a what? A container or a bucket. So let's say we have a big bath or a big bucket in our house. Can we put another bucket inside that bucket? Of course, we can put another bucket inside that bucket.
Can put
We can. Then inside that bucket, that big bucket, we can put water there and still put another small bucket inside. We can pack out sand and put inside,
yeah.
pack rice, pack different things and put inside that big bucket and still put another small bucket inside. Inside that small bucket, we can still put other things that we have put inside the big bucket there, but just that it will be in smaller quantity. The big bucket will always be bigger. Then inside that small bucket, we can still put another bucket inside. Take for instance, our school bags. Your school bag is a big bag, right? But inside the school bag, we have some smaller bags or compartments inside the school bag. That okay, when you open, you say, okay, this one I save pens, this one is for my wallet, this one is for my money, this one is for the big A4, this one is for small note and that, or this one is for whatever you can think of. So see a folder like that. Okay. So a folder, like I said, is a storage bucket or container. So for us to save something, say for instance that you return back from work, you left your bag at work and you are coming home to look for that your bag. Will you ever see it? You can never see it at home because your bag was left where? At work. Okay. So when you create a folder, you must know where your folder is being created and stored. Do you understand? And when you save something inside your folder, you must know that okay, what I save here is saved inside this folder. For instance, you can see a whole lot of things here, right? You can see WhatsApp here, Dr. Vivian, Genesis, Corel Draw, and all this bunch of files and folders. They are stored in a big folder, inside a big folder called what? Desktop. So this interface that you are seeing here is called what? My desktop. Whenever you open your computer, this is the first thing you see. This is the first folder you see, which is what? Your desktop. So if I come here, I open this file explorer. You can see my file explorer here. When I open, you see that I have, let me maximize this. You can see that where I am now is my word, is my quick access. So let me click on download. This download is another folder of its own. And this Dell is a folder of its own, right? This Genoptech is a folder of its own, and Ireland, jobs, ALX, and co. So let me open ALX and you see what I was talking about. So inside this ALX is located inside a folder called desktop, and desktop is located inside a folder called this PC. This PC is also located inside another folder that is called what? So let me check where this PC is located. It's located inside the folder called what? Dell. So inside Dell, you can see that I have object, I have desktop, and I have other folders here. But let me check back this PC. So it means for me to know, for me to store something, I must know that okay, this is where I am storing it. Even though if you come back tomorrow, you might not see it again. You start looking for it all over and say, but I created a file now. I created a document now. I created something. Where is it? You must know that, okay, when I created my folder, I created it on where? The desktop. This is desktop. I open desktop. Like I said, when you open your computer, the first thing you'll see this place is the desktop, right? So now I want to create a folder for this class that we have today. Then whenever when I create my document or my file, I'll come and save it inside the folder. When I come back tomorrow, if I want to locate that folder, where do I go to? I will go to the folder I created right today or during the class. Okay, for you to create a folder, you start on an empty space like this. You can also create a folder inside here. We have this is desktop. I can open desktop. I start on an empty space like this and right click. Remember what I told you here, that this is what our right click button, this very one here. If you are using a laptop, if you are using a mouse, this is a mouse. This is right click. This is left click. Why this one is the scroll wheel. This small one here is the scroll wheel. When you scroll like this up, it will take you up and down, right? So this one is our word, our right click. This one is left click. So this is our right click. If you are using a laptop, and this is our left click. So you stand on an empty space like this, or the one inside there, stand on an empty space like this, right click on the mouse, you click on new, and you click on what folder. You see a folder has been created, right? And it's highlighted in blue. So I will rename the folder with the current class. And I say today class is what? Let me say introduction or intro. And I click what? Enter. Or I click anywhere outside. You see it has been created. But this folder is what? Empty. You can say this folder is what? Empty, because there is nothing saved inside. So a folder always has this yellow color like this. And a folder that has something inside, you start seeing something inside of it. So when you check here, this is eBank. If I open eBank, you see that I have files and other folders inside. That's why the mouth is open, and you can see something inside. You can see something inside. But this one, there's nothing inside. That's why it's still like, for example, if I copy something and put inside here, let me drag this inside. I just drag something inside. If I drag another thing and put inside again, you can see that if I open it and open it back, it will start having something inside, or maybe later when I open it. All right, do you understand how to create a folder now as you take it again? Are we together?
Yes, we are together.
Okay, do you now understand how to create a folder?
Yeah, yes, we can create a folder. We understand.
Okay, so whatever we're going to do today, who does not understand Zoom user? You don't understand? Who is the Zoom user? Can you introduce yourself, please? So I'll call you by name.
Okay, my name is Blessing.
I didn't get it.
My name is Blessing.
Oh, Blessing, you're welcome. Okay, Blessing, you don't understand how to create a folder. Let me take it again. I don't know if you were here when I was trying to explain folder.
No, I just doing now.
Okay, okay. So I said a folder is a container or storage bucket where files, applications, softwares, and other folders are kept. So see a folder as a what? As a storage container or a bucket, right? In your house, you have a very big container called what? Your compound. And your compound, I believe, is enclosed with fence. So that fence and the compound serve as your very big container or your folder. So inside your compound, you might have like 2 or 3 buildings inside. So it means those buildings that you have inside are other word folders. Inside those buildings, you start having rooms. Those rooms you have are also folders of their own. So each of the compartment inside your compound, inside your building, inside your room, even inside your room, you can still have wardrobe, you have your Ghana must go, you have your shoe rack, you have other things. All those things are what? Your folders. And why did you create them? Why do you decide to have a living room, a dining room, or a kitchen? Why not you pack everything and put them inside one room? For instance, you keep your clothes inside your kitchen, you carry your food and keep inside your room, you carry your bathing bucket and put inside your room. Why do you decide to create those compartments? You create it for what? Easy accessibility. You create it for what? So that your room will be neat. If you check my laptop here, you can see that my laptop is very neat. This you can see that this my desktop is very neat here because why? I have just few folders here. That's because I've arranged these folders. I've arranged these my my desktop neatly with what folders. When you check here, I have a folder called DevOps. It means anything that has to do with DevOps, I save it inside here. You can see this is assignment and practices. Anything that has to do with assignment and practices, I put them inside this folder. So this is like saying I am in my compound, which is this very big place, right? Inside my compound, I have a house called what? DevOps. When I open the house called DevOps, I have a room called assignment, and I have a room called resources. So I open this room called resources, and I have all the resources I need here. So I will not carry assignment and put inside what? Resources. So I arrange it like this for what? Easy accessibility, easy retrieval, and for what? My computer to be neat, for my compound to be neat. So that's it. So how do we create these rooms now? Compartment or the storages. For us to create it, I say you stand on an empty space, and do not forget that your house, you must know the address of your house for you to get to your house. If you don't know the address of your house, you can never get to your house. So it means for me to know that my book is inside, for me to see to know where my books are in my room, I should know that okay, my books are not in my school. They are definitely in my house. And in my house, they are not in my mommy's room. They are not in my daddy's room. They are not in the kitchen. They are inside my own ward, my own room, right? Then, so when we run out of time, we'll come back and join, right? It's a recurring meeting. It will end, this class will end in 9 minutes time or in 10 minutes time. So once it ends, we'll come back and rejoin. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I must know that okay, my books are not just anywhere. They are inside my room, and inside my room, they are not on top of my bed. They are inside my wardrobe. Inside my wardrobe, they are inside my school bag. You must know that address like that. If you don't know the address, you'll not be able to get it. So now you must know that okay, when I create my file, I did not save it inside document. This is a document folder here. You can see this place is called what? Our document. Can you see document? You can see download. If you come and save your folder inside download or inside document and you come and find it inside desktop here, you can never see it except you use was the search bar here that have been made available for us. Okay. Then I'm saying I want to create a folder here. For me to create a folder, I stand on an empty space here. This is an empty space. You right click. Before now, I said this is the mouse. This is right click button. This is click, which other people call it left click. And this is my keyboard. This is my keyboard has no mouse. It only have the word navigational keys and others. Then this is my word, my laptop keyboard, right? It has a right click here. It has normal click or left click. And if you click here, it will also click like normal click. We have other laptops that will have these keys replicated and they'll be here. We'll have them up here and down here. So if I say right click, you click on this or you click on it if you are using the mouse, right? So you start on an empty space like this. You right click on the mouse. You click on new, that's step 2. You click on folder. So once you click on folder, what do? You rename your folder. You see, if I leave a new folder, I'll go and I'll create another folder called new folder. It's something like saying I have all the rooms in my house are called kitchen. Do you understand? So I need to name it that this is living room, this is sitting room, this is dining room, this is the bedroom, and this is the toilet, right? So I need to name this one, and I call it what? I call it intro, which is what? Introduction for today's class. After after renaming it, what do? You click outside or you enter, click the enter key on your keyboard, hit enter. It has been created. Intro. If you check, this one is carrying what? Genesis. This one is carrying Easy Worship. This one is carrying Adobe Photoshop. This one is carrying Dr. Vivian. So this document or this folder now has everything about what Dr. Vivian inside. If you check this, my Genesis, like I said before, the folder contains what? Files, documents, applications, softwares, and other folders. Please mute your mic. There's someone noise from your background. Mute your mic. So now inside the Genesis, I have another folder called application or apps. If I open apps, I have other folders. I have grid, I have Ireland, I have job, Luxembourg, and I have files here. So like I said, inside that your container, you can put another container inside and put rubbish inside, put your books inside and all of that. So this is like saying I have my books stored in this folder called Genesis. I have books here, which is practical teaching, right? And I have another word folder here, which is another container inside. Inside this container, I have other containers, like how many containers? More 4 containers inside this container. And I have other files, which are like my books, anything you can think of inside here. So a folder can have another folder inside, just like onion can have another onion inside. Do you understand me? Are we following? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. So now, when we finish creating the file we want to create, we'll come and save it inside this inside this folder or room called what? Intro. Let me return back to what? This slide. So I thought I will introduce you to word processing. Then what is word processing? Word processing is a package of its own. Word processing is a package that is used for what? Creating documents, reports, editing, formatting of the same document, report, resumes, CVs, tables, and anything you can think of that has to do with documentation, right? That's what word processing handles. It's used for in creating documents, reports, and also printing the report and all of those things. So that word processing. So MS Word, which is Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, that we are going to be using for this class, is a word processing word application. Just like Excel is a spreadsheet. So inside spreadsheet, we have Google Sheet, we have WPS Sheet, we have Excel, which is also Word, a sheet, a spreadsheet. So in this word processing, we have Microsoft Word. We still have WPS, which is also a word processing application. We have another application called what? Google Docs. Who have ever seen a Google Doc before? If you have email, you have access to Google Doc, right? So, but we decide to use MS Word because it's an offline word application and it's also well developed to handle a lot of tasks compared to others, right? MS Word is very, very rich in word processing. In fact, it's one of the oldest application as far as word processing is concerned. So the definition of MS Word is not far different from the definition of word processing because MS Word itself is what? A word processing application. So MS Word by definition is an application developed by Microsoft Corporation that is used to what? Create documents, write files, such as what? Reports, projects, tabular contents, CVs, resumes, letters, and anything you can think of. We print it, let me say we develop it, we create it, we format it, and we print it. So all of this is being done by Word with Word, MS Word. So I have the definition here. Microsoft Word is a word processing word application developed by Microsoft Corporation. It is used for creating, editing, formatting, and printing text-based word documents such as letters, report, resume, and forms. We also use it to create form. We'll create a form here. We'll create a report. We'll create a letter. We'll create a resume here in this class before the class runs out in the next couple of days, right? MS Word is a fundamental tool in both academic and business world environment. In school, we use it. If you have a notebook, see your notebook as what? MS Word. I don't think there's anybody here who have not used a notebook before in his or her life. So see your MS Word as a word, as electronic notebook. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, CMS Word as word, as your electronic word notebook. Because definitely that your MS Word is your notebook. Whatever you can do with your notebook, what can you do with your notebook? Think of anything you can do with your notebook. With your notebook, you can write, you can use your eraser
Pencil.
to erase something. When we're in primary school, we write with pencil. When we do mistake, we do what? We erase it. So let me erase something here. Let me say I have Microsoft Word, right? And I mistakenly wrote word S add to it and I have what? Microsoft Words. So I am saying, oh, the S is not supposed to be there. What do? I erase it. And we can do this with our word notebook, right? Hard copy. But the problem is that one will start messing it up and this one will remain clean. So whatever you can do, what can you do again? You can write a letter with your notebook. You can write a resume. You can write a report. You can create a form with your notebook and give to somebody to fill.
Can also draw something.
I didn't get.
Uh, Somebody can also draw something. Drawing.
Thank you. That the drawing is what we call insert here in MS Word. I can insert a picture here. I can insert a picture of something. Say this. I will insert it here. This is like me bringing a picture, which also on your notebook, you can bring a picture and gum it on your notebook. When we do assignment with children, so that they will say, go and print Naira note, they will print it and paste it on their notebook. We can also draw here. We have tools here for drawing. I start drawing here. We can start drawing shapes here. That's what you can do with your notebook. You can also do it here with this word, electronic notebook here called Word, MS Word. But this is not MS Word. Don't forget, this is our PowerPoint. This is the environment MS Word I will be using. I'm still introducing you to MS Word. All right. So that is that. We have 1 minute left for this class to end. Wherever we stop here, we'll rejoin immediately. Don't forget that we'll join again. All right. So what is the next thing on our item here? Say launching the application. Let's quickly launch MS Word application before the Zoom cut us off. So I will close this for now. So how do we locate the MS Word? How do we know the MS Word? First, we need to know what the icon that symbolizes our word, MS Word, right? Or document application. So this place here, can you see this button? The one I am on now. This is called the start button. In your computer is there, on your keyboard is also there. It is called the start button record. Okay, I come back again. Like I said, we need to locate what the MS Word application. You click on the Windows button or the start button here. You can see it. Once you click on it, you see applications you've installed here. They come chronologically, or let me say in alphabetical order, not chronologically. I have Adobe Photoshop 2020, calculator, calendar, camera. Then if I over this small line here, see this small line, white line. I over it, I can see the scroll bar here. So I scroll down until I get to where I see what MS Word. MS Word is supposed to be M, right? But we are here. It's not MS Word. It is Word. It is written Word, like WORD. But I cannot find words here, right? Where do I get it now? I cannot find it here. What do I do? Does it mean that Word is not on my system? No, it doesn't mean that it's not here on my system. I can also find it somewhere, but for me to find it, you see this white bar here, it is called what? The search bar. What is written here? Type here to search. So since I could not find it on my taskbar, it means I have not pinned it here. And I could not find it here on my start menu or whatever here. What do? I come to here and search for it. And I type Word, WORD. Once I type WO, you see it here appearing. This showing Word 2013. Word 2013 application. I click on it. It's either I click on it here, not right click, normal clicking or left click, right? You can either click here, so you click to open it, or once to open it, or you click here, open. Either way, it will open. That's how to launch Word, Microsoft Word application. Let me click here, open. You'll see it is loading. You allow it to finish loading. It has finished loading. So this is the screen, the first screen you'll see, like, it's like the welcome screen of your Word, Office, Microsoft Word. So hence, I'll be calling it Word. So if you hear me calling Word, I mean Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office Word, right? So when you open your Word to create a document, the first thing you'll see these things here like this. All what you see here, they are just two things here. It is either what? A blank document or templates. So this thing you see here, they are templates, and here we have what? Blank document. So there are two ways you can create a document. You can create a document as blank document. You can create a document as what? Template, or from template, not as template. You create it from what? Template, or you create it as what? A blank document. What are their differences? A blank document is a document that is blank. Something that is blank means what? It is empty. There is nothing inside. You have you are an author of that document. So you cannot like you don't have any guide to direct you on what to do. You have a mastery of what you want to do. For instance, somebody like me, if I want to create any document, I will not go and use template. Except what I want to create, I want to make it more creative. I can go online and look for a sample and come and reproduce it. You get. But somebody like you, let me say, do you know, does anyone know what a CV is?
What a what?
What?
A CV, like CV.
CV.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
That's resume, right?
Oh, yes, that's resume. We call it CV and resume are almost the same. Both of them are not the same thing. But in Nigeria, yeah, and other, we use it interchangeably. Let me not say Nigeria. Many people use it word interchangeably, but it is not the same thing. A CV is used in an academic environment, while a resume is used for what? Job session or hunt. So a CV is more elaborate, while a resume is more concise, right? When writing a resume, you summarize things, but in CV, it's more extensive. Okay, now we have CVs here. You can see template of CV. If I ask you to write a CV here, you might not know how to start it, right? So you need a guide. That's your guide. For instance, you want to go on a tour. You don't know the environment. What do? You use a local guard, right? That local guard is like a template you are using, or they will just draw it on the map for you that this is where to follow, this is how to go about it. To follow the map like this. That's your word, your guide, that's your template, right? So we have templates here that we can use. This is a letter. How do I write a letter? How do I format a letter? Oh, I don't know how to write it. I can write it on paper and pencil, but in computer, what do? I come here, I have a template called adjacency letter here for me. What do? I click on it to open it. When I open it, it is giving me instruction on what to do. Can you see that it's a guide already? What is it telling me? Pick the date. So me, I will pick the date here. Can you see? Today's date is what? 8 April 2025. That's because my date is correct here. You can see my date here is correct. Can you see my date here? The bottom right. You can see my date and time is accurate. So I'll come here and choose second today's date, and I say today. I put it here. So I've choose a date already. So here it's telling me what Dell. So this Dell, you replace it with a word, a name. Type the sender's company. So where I have Dell here, I'll type the sender's name, right? The sender's name, which is what? Genesis is the sender, right? I have Genesis here. The company is what? Genop, right? Genop Tech. So let me write Genop Tech here. Genop Tech here as the company. Then the sender's company's address. Let me use Zoom for instance. But this is not, it's not Zoom with the address. You give them the full address of your own. So this is what I can do. I will be replacing this with others. So this is the recipient address. For instance, I'm sending it to Joy. I'm sending it to you. I'll use your address, number 17 Mission Street. If that's your address, 17 Mission Street or Mission Street, right? Comma. Then I type again recipient address Ojo, comma. I enter Lagos State. Lagos State. So that's it. I'm done. But for now, I will not know, okay, how do I do it? Imagine me writing, having to write it like this. How do I do it, right? This is recipient salutation. What do? I just write, dear Joy. Or dear Blessing, sorry. Don't mind me. Dear Blessing. Okay. Comma. But it was there. So yeah, I'll start writing. Say on the insert tab, the galleries include items that are designed to coordinate kinikon. So this, you now start writing the content of the letter, the body of the letter here. You see it being paragraph for you. You don't need to bother about anything. Just replace it. Here is what? The closing. Yours faithfully. You can say yours what? Yours. Oh, see the beauty of it, Abby. Yours faithfully. Can you see the beauty of it? Because I stated my name here as what? Genesis. Genesis is the sender. Automatically, it will still bring or pull down my name here as well. Genesis. Let me add Amaha here inside. Genesis Amaha. Okay. So if I come down, you see what? Genesis Amaha. The sender's entitled, maybe I'm Mr. or whatever. So this is what? A guide, a template. But me, as an expert, I don't need this, right? Even you don't need this again, because I believe this class will give you what you want. At the end of this class, you'll be, at least you have a fair knowledge of this and even a professional knowledge of this. So in case you're asking, why do I have to learn all this? Like I said, this is your virtual, not your virtual notebook. This is your soft copy word notebook. You have a hard copy notebook, you can do everything you want to do there. But imagine that you want to write this in and send to somebody somewhere else. I want to send it to somebody in Ogun State. Will I send my notebook to the person? No, I can just write here and send it to you through WhatsApp. That's why this one is what? Our electronic word notebook. Electronic or soft copy word notebook. So we can design whatever we want to design it. We can do whatever we want to do with it here and send to somebody. So whether you are working in any office, I don't think there's any office in this world again that you not use computer. Even in the poultry farm, even in the mortuary, they use computers now. Let me not even say even in the mortuary, because mortuary they need to use computers to take record of all the dead bodies that enter the mortuary. In the hospital, anywhere you can think of, they make use of computers. So you know you are going to learn here. You're not only going to learn it just for learning sake. you will apply it every day today, in every day today what life. For instance, you are searching for a job, you use your computer to write a resume by yourself, and we're going to create a resume here in subsequent classes. So I will close it again. Let's open a blank document. I will not save this. Can you see? I wanted to close it and it's asking me what want to save your changes to the document. I am saying no. If you click don't save, a recent copy of this file will be temporarily what unavailable, or will be temporarily what available, or whatever. I click don't save. I don't want it to be saved, right? I will not see it anywhere. So I want to create what a blank document, or new blank document, however you call it. I want to create a blank word document. Remember what we did? We came here, we couldn't find it here, right? We had to search for it. I searched for it by typing word. Please, if you are following, give me some thumbs up there. Let me know you are following. Okay. Please, if I'm too fast, you call my attention. If I'm too slow, you call my attention. If you don't understand, you call my attention. That's why I'm here. The first time we open, we use this open, right, to open the document. But now we are not going to use open. Let us click here. I hope you can see my mouse, where my mouse is, right? You can unmute your mic when you want to talk. You talk, I will hear you. If you drop message now, I might not see it on the chat. Okay, so this MS Word, or the Word, or the document, let me not even say MS Word, because your Google Doc will still look like this. If you open a Google Doc file, it will look like this. And let us quickly open one, see how Google Doc look like. This is my environment. If I click here, let us check and see where document is. I'll pass it. You can see doc, right? This how it looks like. It is similar to this very one that we try to open here. This is doc. You see it looks like a document, like a leaf with lines on it. It shows that it's a document. So if I open this word again, see how it looks like with lines inside. But this one is showing word W, meaning it is word, right? The other one is just showing document. So this is the icon. Anywhere you see this, you know this is what a Word document. Then here, if you check any application that is developed using that Word document, it will be like this. In any word, any file, or any document that is created, of course, if create document is either with Google Doc, MS Word, WPS, and all of that. So any document that is created with Word, MS Word, you'll see it like this. It will have that icon on it. It will have that icon. So anytime you see any file like this, you quickly know that this is MS Word file, or it was created using what MS Word. You see, we have only two of them here, this and this. The rest are not having this icon, meaning they are not what MS Word files, right? So I go back and I type word, just W, it will pop it out. I click here, it will open. So this time around, we are not going to create the document using Word templates. When you scroll down, you see other beautiful templates here. We have blue and spec cover later. We have the brochure, we have business brochure, bubble appointment, metro report, student report with photos. You can see. So imagine you want to create a student report, you can just pick a template here and start using it. This is a resume, general professional. Okay, this is not a resume. It should be a letter resume. I don't want to open it. Circle flyer. You want to create a flyer. You don't know how to go about it. You can click. You want to create what? Party invitation. You can just click on this. In fact, I just feel like clicking on this party invitation. You see how it looks like. But on your own computer, you can try it. You have different templates here. World Best Award certificate. You want to create a certificate for somebody. You don't know how to go about it. Oh. You can just click on this certificate here. It's beautiful, right? See it here. You replace this with your company name and this with the awardee, right? You write the awardee name here and you create it. Once you are ready, you can create it here to go. So we have beautiful templates here that you can use. But what I'm interested on or in is what blank document. I want to create blank document because I want to have a control over it. I click on blank document and it opened this for me. So this is what the home screen of our Word, Microsoft Word, the home screen or interface of our Word, Microsoft Word. So don't be scared of what you are seeing here, this bunch of ribbons, icons, and all this you are seeing here, I'm going to break it down one by one and you get to know it better. Whenever you see it, you know what to do with it, right? Okay, first thing first, what surrounds this MS Word screen here are called what? Our bars, right? This red bar here, it's not always a red bar. Let me open another document and you see that it will not be red. You can see this one, there is nothing red here. Did you see anything red here? But what you can see here is what
No.
document 2. It's telling you that this word is developed, or this application or this file is developed using or created using what? Word. It is written here, Word. Let me go back to my presentation. When you see here, what do you see? You see presentation 1, PowerPoint. So it will write the name of the word application that is used to create the file for you. Everything you are creating is a file, but the file name will change as you move from one application to another. For instance, when we're in MS Word, it showed us what? Word here, right? It means that's the application that is used to create this file, right? That's the application. And here it was showing us document 1 and document 2 for the other one. But here it's showing us presentation 1. So this presentation is the name of the word file. Just like you have a document, it's not everything that is printed that is a document. So if I print something using this presentation for you, you don't call it document, you call it presentation, right? So here is telling you the application you use to create it is PowerPoint, but the file here is what? Presentation. So this file is what? My presentation, right? Okay, so this word, if I open it again, you see that it's showing me document 1. It means this file here, this is the file name. This file is called what? A document. While what I use to create the document is what? Word. You get Microsoft. Okay, that's why this place is called what? The title bar, because the name of the document will be written. Let me open another file that has been saved already, like this Chinedozi. Instead of the document 1 that you saw before and document 2, what do you see here? It's showing what? Chinedozi, right? That is because I have saved this document with a name. So it override the default name, which is what? Document 1, document 2, depending on how many documents you've opened. But you can still see it, it's still showing me what? Word. It means this very document or this very file is developed or created with what? Word application. Hope you're understanding me.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sure, right?
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't to understand them.
Okay, what don't you understand? Let me take it again. You didn't understand how we open the file?
Yes, how we open a different files and how they appear.
No, that one should not be a problem to you at all. Do you understand? But if you
Yeah.
don't understand how we created the new file, then let me know. I will create it again for
No,
you.
no. From the beginning of the lesson, I think is what I have known already. It's just from the I lost from I think a call coming to my phone. So there was a certain time I lost from when you were opening a file, then switched to this doctor resume.
Okay, no, that's not a problem. See the doctor resume.
If not,
I've closed
eh,
it already. These are
okay, if
these are
not from the
documents.
beginning, I know this one already.
Okay. So I was trying to introduce you to the home screen or this screen, the interface of MS Word, right? And I said the first thing, what surround the MS Word here, the outermost thing that surrounds it here are called bars,
Oh, yes.
right? Bars like B A arrow, B A arrow, B arrow bar. So this is the first bar here, the topmost bar here is called the title bar. So I was trying to explain why we call it what? The title bar.
Wow.
Because this is where the name of the document will be displayed or the name of the file will be displayed. And I went further to say After the dash, you have the name of the application that is used to create that particular file for you. Here we have Word. It is telling us that okay, we use MS Word to create this very file that we are creating, and we are using Word. The same thing here. If I open this presentation, it is telling me presentation one, meaning the file here is called Word presentation, and what I'm using to create a file is PowerPoint. You get PowerPoint. So, and also key, let me open a file that have been saved already so that you see the difference between this very one that's showing document 2 or document 1, that one, why we call it what? The title bar. Okay, so I went further to open this doctor's one. You can see it here, Chinedozie Vivian. I click on it and I open it. So when I open it now, it's coming with the name Chinedozie Vivian and no longer what? Document. That because this is the title of what? The document. But the word is still there showing us that this Chinedozie document is created with the application called Word. You get?
Wow.
Okay, so that was where I was. So that this bar is called what? The title bar. That's the topmost bar here is called what? The title bar. Do you understand it now? So we have another bar here called what? The quick access toolbar. Quick access. By quick access, why do we say it's a quick access toolbar? By quick access, we mean okay, anything I want to see very fast or quickly, I should put it here. That's why it's called what? The quick access. Quick access, because imagine that okay, I'm doing something here, I'm designing something, and I made a mistake. I said, okay, I want to go back. I will start looking for where to go and do undo or redo. That's why we pick undo and redo and keep it here under what? A quick access. And I have here save, right? Instead of me coming to the file, come here to this place to save. I rather create and click here to save, right? So that's why I now custom these ones to put what? The save here, undo, redo. We can custom it and we'll definitely custom it here. So here we have another bar here. Can you see it? Can you see where my cursor is? Can you see where my mouse is?
Yes, yes.
So this is called the scroll bar. This is called what? The scroll bar, the right scroll bar or vertical scroll bar. We use it to move up and down. So if you see this arrow here, if I click on this arrow, I move up. If I click on this arrow down, I move down. This is called what? The scroll bar. Or I can grab this and scroll very fast up and down, right? So we have another bar.
Yeah.
There is another bar here, the bottom bar that we scroll left and right, but it is not useful here because why? We can see the workspace. This wide
Okay.
here is called our workspace. This very wide box here. We can see the workspace left to right, left to right. So there's no point having what? The scroll bar. And you can see here, this right scroll bar has disappeared. Why? We can see from the top to the bottom. Do you understand? When your hand can reach, do you need a ladder to climb? No,
No.
you don't need a ladder because your hand can reach it. It is where your hand cannot reach that you need a ladder to climb. Okay, so when I zoom in, you can see that this bar will automatically would appear, this scroll bar. Because why? I cannot see the bottom now. Can I see the bottom? No. I cannot see the end
No.
of my workspace. I need to scroll down to see it. So if I decide to zoom this very well, so that I cannot see left to right, you can see the bottom scroll bar automatically pop up here so that I can scroll to the left and also scroll to the right to see what I'm doing. You
Mhm.
get? So that is the bottom scroll bar.
Sure.
Then we have another bar here called what? The ruler bar. Can you see it? It's calibrated from 1. This is the ruler bar. We have the left ruler bar and we have the top ruler bar here. What is the purpose of the ruler bar? The ruler bar is used to what? To set the page margin. Do you understand? It is used to set what? The page margin. You can see where the margin, where that line is. I cannot write beyond that. And here, where the margin is, I cannot write beyond that. So even if I delete, I cannot write here and I cannot write up here, but I can write anywhere down here. And if I come here, I can't just go. If I come here, I cannot write this side here. Do you get? So why can't I write here? I cannot write
Okay.
here because I have a margin here already set. Remember when we are writing, all of us here have written WAEC, right? Or secondary school exams. We said they say do not write on the margin. Can you remember? Do not write on the margin. That do not write on the margin. If you write on that margin, they will not mark it for you. Feed the exam. So it is like that here. Here, we use the ruler here to set what our page margin. So you cannot write on the margin here. Do you understand? So another bar we have here is called the status bar. This blue bar here. This is called what? The status bar. And what is status? By status, we mean, okay, what is your status now? If I ask you what's your status, your marital status, what will you say? I am either married, or I'm single, or divorced, or complicated. You are in a complicated relationship. Okay. So that's the status. Here, what's the status telling us here? The status is telling me here that I have this annotation should leave, Joe. It's telling me here that I have one page that is open here. I don't know why this annotation is. Okay, let me close it. Okay. Okay, I need it because of the Zoom. Okay, can you see it now? It's showing me what? Page 1 of 1. How many words? 3 words. Is it on capital letter or no capital letter? That this cap lock, it means what? Capital letter lock, right? Then here is telling me, okay, am I on read mode or print layout mode or web layout mode? And what is the zoom level of my work, right? So it is telling me currently I am this level is 120 and I am on what? Print layout mode here. So let me enter to something like, say, let me get to 2 pages. For me to get to the 2 page, I'll click on enter key. I'll show you the enter key here again on the keyboard. This is our enter key. This is our enter key. Can you see it here? Let me zoom in. This is called our enter key. On this other keyboard, my laptop keyboard, or our laptop keyboard rather, we still have enter key here. See it here. This is the shift key. This is the enter key. I will take time to explain this keyboard when we enter shortcuts. Okay, so here I use the enter key to enter, so I'll get to the next page. What are you now seeing? The status now is showing us what? 2 of 2. Page 2 of what? 2. What does that mean? It means 2 pages are open and the current page we are is what? Page 2. If I move back to page 1, what's it saying? 1 of 2. 2 pages are open, but the current page we are now is what? Page 1. How many words have we typed in general? It's telling us we have typed how many words? 3 words. So let me type another word again and add, say, Jean, right? You can see that we have 4 words. So if I highlight, we have 4 words or 4 words. Then if I highlight just like this, it's showing me what I've highlighted 2 words, but the total words that we've typed here are how many words? 4 words. Do you get? So if I open my cap lock, you'll not see the cap lock here again appearing. So that's it. This is called status bar because it shows the status of our work. So if you are wondering how these ones, I can remove them, how they come about, I can remove them. How do I do it? I right click here on this blue line here, right? On the blue bar, right click on it. You can see that the page number is what is marked, the word count is marked. So if I remove the word count, you no longer see this 2 of 2. I uncheck the word count, you can see, you can no longer see the 2 of 2. But if I check it back, it is showing here. So anything I want to appear on the status bar, what do? I right click on the status bar and select it here. You can see the cap lock is activated. Let me remove it here. You can no longer see the cap lock, right? You can see the page number here is what? 1 of 2, right? I can remove the page number. You can no longer see there. I put it back. Even the zoom level that we have here, I can also remove it. This is zoom, and this is the zoom slide that's showing us the line. It is no longer there. So we can put all these ones here and leave them. So these basic ones are okay. The rest are not very, very important like that. So that's why it's called what? The status bar. So those are the bars, and I think I've exhausted the bars that we have. The last bar we'll be talking about here is called the tab bar. This is where all our work will be done. The tab bar. Why do we call it the tab bar? Because this is where all the tabs are found. Home tab. This tab is called what? The home tab. Insert tab, design tab, page layout tab, reference tab, mailing tab, review view. We still have others like developers tab. We can bring them in and we can still remove this one by customing them, right? So this is called the file tab. So if I click on file tab, it will open. Here we can see the information of our work. You can see the information here. It's telling us the size is not determined yet because the work have not been what saved. How many pages are open? 2 pages. How many words in general? 4 words. Total editing time, we have edited this work. How many minutes? 12 minutes. We have spent 12 minutes on this very word document, editing the file. Okay. Then related date. No, created when was it created? It was created today, 10:02. That was when the document was created. And you can see the author of it is what? Dell, and so on. So we can talk about it. Here is the document protection. What can we do here? Here we can mark a document as final. You'll see some document when they send it to you, it will be written what? Read only. Who has ever opened such a document before? That you try to open a document, it will tell you read only. Who has opened it before? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. Have you opened a document before that's showing read only?
Read only.
Yes.
No.
You have no right. Okay.
Yes.
When you open some document, they will show what? Read only. It means that document cannot be edited. It has been marked as final. So if I mark a document here under protection as what? Final. If I mark it as final, when I send it to you, it will show read only. It means you cannot edit that my document. You can only save a copy of that my document on your system. So the original one I sent to you cannot be edited. You get? I can encrypt it with a password. I can restrict editing, restrict access, and all of that. Here I can open a new document. We return back to where we started, which is what blank document and what template here. So template are pre-designed Word files that guide the user on what to do. So we can open existing document. You can see all these ones here, right? You can open existing documents. So let me try to open this very Genesis Amaha. This is my CV, my personal CV. Let me open it and let's see what it's showing. Okay, so if I come back to file, it will show you the author. Okay, maybe I develop it with this very computer here. I thought it's the one that I transfer from the other computer. Okay, so going back, we have save. Here is how where we save our document, and we are going to save this document now. When we save it, it will no longer show the size as Word, not saved yet. It will show the size of it on the disk, what is occupying currently on your Word computer. So this is print. We can print our document. I think we discussed print some other times. When we print our document, it will show us all these, all pages and all of that. At the end of the program or this exam, we'll try to print a document. I'll show you how to print a document here. Here is sharing. We can share the document. But for us to share the document, we must first save it to what? The cloud. You know, we have Google Drive. Here, Microsoft has what is called Microsoft OneDrive, right? Microsoft OneDrive is a cloud storage owned by what? Microsoft Corporation, right? We can also export this. We can close. The way we close, we're supposed to close here. We can also close through the word file and tap here. Account, we can create account, a Microsoft account. I don't know, somebody asked me a question that I was trying to open it. It was telling me to create account. Yes, it's telling you to create account because why? You don't have license to use it. But in my own, I have a license. I have a product key. This product key here is what gives me the license to use this office application, right? So we have options. There where we can work custom this quick access toolbar and custom our ribbons here. Don't forget I told you we can custom this one so that whatever we want to be seen fast, we put it here. So for us to custom that, we come to the word file tab. Alternatively, we right click here in this place. When we right click, what do you see? It's saying what? Custom quick access word toolbar. And I click on it, it will open like this. What do you see here? We have what? Save, which is this one. We have undo, which is this one. We have redo, which is this one. And we have new, which is this one. So what else do I want to put there? That okay, I think I need it always. What do I put there? So let me just open font color. I say, okay, I need to put font color there. I click on font color and I say what? Add. When I add it and I save it, you start seeing font color here. You can see
Okay.
we now have font color here. So anytime I want to change the color of my font, I can just click there. The color has changed to red. If I want to change it again, I can change it to yellow. I can come here, change it to any color of my choice. You get? Are you following?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how I can change the font of my word, the color of my font. All right, so if I think I don't need this any longer, what do? I can still right click here. I right click here and say custom word, quick access toolbar. So I click on this font color. This time around, I'll click on remove and not add because I'm removing it, right? Not add again. Even
Yes.
if I add, it will not add. So I say word remove. It has been removed. So this new, I can say word remove the new. I don't need it. And I say okay. You can see I no longer have the new. I no longer have the font color. That's how to custom quick access toolbar. Okay. Now I can also custom these ribbons here. These things, this tab you see here, I can custom them. I can bring in your own name and put here. So let me use Samuel here. We are just left with 1 minute more for the class to end. Once it ends, I think we'll call it a day because this is 10:23 and we promise that the class will end by 10:30, right? So let me quickly custom um the toolbar, right? Or the ribbons. This is what customized word ribbon. I customize my ribbon. So the ribbons you see here, the last one we open is what is the view. That's why this view is open with all the ribbons in the view tab. So if you check here, what do you see? This is view, right? And you see views here. This is show, you see show here. This is zoom, you see zoom here. So all these things are called ribbons. So these views you see here is called the ribbon group of this very thing here. So everything that is here has to do with viewing.